Once upon a time, there was a wise man who said, "Silence is not the absence of words but the presence of wisdom." Today, I'll share a story that will teach you how silence and self-control can solve even the toughest challenges. Stay with me until the end, because this story might just change how you see the power of silence in your own life. Once upon a time, in a small town named Varnagar, there lived a wealthy and ambitious merchant named Raghav. He was known for his sharp tongue and quick temper. Raghav was a skilled trader, and his business thrived, but his relationships with people were often strained because of his habit of speaking harshly in moments of anger. Whenever a deal went wrong or someone disagreed with him, he would lash out with hurtful words, leaving a trail of broken relationships behind him. Raghav's wife, Meera, often advised him, "Raghav, words are like arrows. Once spoken, they can't be taken back." Sometimes, staying silent can prevent bigger problems. But Raghav, blinded by his pride, would dismiss her advice. "Meera, silence is for the weak. Words are my weapon, and I use them to get what I want," he would reply arrogantly. One day, a customer named Dev came to Raghav's shop to purchase silk. Dev was a respected man in the town, known for his calm and composed nature. As they negotiated the price, Raghav became irritated by Dev's slow responses. In his frustration, Raghav blurted out, "If you can't decide quickly, then leave. I don't have time for people who waste my time." Dev quietly stood up and said, "Raghav, your wealth may bring you success, but your words will bring you ruin." With that, Dev left the shop. Raghav didn't think much of it at the time, but soon, news of his rude behavior spread across the town. Many customers stopped visiting his shop, and his business began to decline. One evening, Raghav decided to visit the local temple to seek blessings for his failing business. At the temple, he met a wise monk named Acharya Vidyanand. The monk's calm demeanor and peaceful smile immediately caught Raghav's attention. Raghav approached the monk and said, "Acharya, I've lost many of my customers and my business is failing. Please guide me on how to fix this." The monk looked at him and asked, "Tell me, Raghav, how do you speak to others when you are angry or frustrated?" Raghav hesitated but replied honestly, "I often speak harshly. I say whatever comes to my mind without thinking." The monk smiled and said, "Raghav, your words are like wildfires, they burn everything in their path. If you wish to succeed, you must learn the wisdom of silence and practice self-control." Raghav was puzzled. "Acharya, how can silence solve my problems? Isn't silence a sign of weakness?" The monk replied, "No, my son. Silence is a sign of strength. It allows you to pause, reflect, and respond wisely instead of reacting impulsively. Let me tell you a story to help you understand." Once, there was a king named Dharmendra who ruled a prosperous kingdom. However, the king had a short temper and often humiliated his ministers in moments of anger. One day, the king's chief minister, Rajan, made a mistake in a royal decree. Furious, the king shouted at him in front of the entire court, calling him incompetent and foolish. Rajan, however, remained silent and bowed respectfully. Later, the king realized that Rajan's mistake was due to a miscommunication and not negligence. Embarrassed by his outburst, the king apologized to Rajan. Rajan humbly replied, "Your Majesty, if I had argued with you in the court, it would have only fueled your anger and created chaos. By staying silent, I allowed the storm of your emotions to pass. Silence is not weakness, it is the strength to maintain peace." The king was deeply moved and learned to control his temper, making him a wiser and more respected ruler. The monk's story resonated deeply with Raghav. He realized that his impulsive words were the root cause of his problems. Acharya Vidyanand gave Raghav a simple task. For the next 30 days, practice silence for 1 hour each morning. During this time, reflect on your words and actions. Whenever you feel angry, take a deep breath and count to 10 before speaking. Though skeptical at first, Raghav decided to follow the monk's advice. In the beginning, it was difficult for Raghav to remain silent. He often found himself wanting to react impulsively, but he remembered the monk's words and held back. One day, a customer came to his shop and complained loudly about a delayed delivery. Raghav felt the urge to argue but instead paused, took a deep breath, and calmly said, "I understand your frustration. Let me fix this for you." The customer was taken aback by Raghav's calm response and left the shop satisfied. As the days passed, Raghav noticed that his relationships with his customers and employees improved. People began to trust him more, and his business slowly started to recover. One day, a rival merchant named Arjun spread false rumors about Raghav's business, claiming that he sold low-quality goods. When Raghav heard about this, he was furious and wanted to confront Arjun publicly. But before reacting, he remembered the monk's teachings. Instead of lashing out, Raghav stayed silent and focused on improving the quality of his products. Over time, the truth came to light, and customers realized that Arjun's claims were baseless. Raghav's silence and self-control not only protected his reputation but also earned him greater respect in the town. At the end of the 30 days, Raghav visited the temple to thank Acharya Vidyanand. "Acharya," he said, "your teachings have changed my life. I now understand that silence is not the absence of words but the presence of wisdom. By controlling my words, I have found peace and success." The monk smiled and said, "Remember, Raghav, silence is a shield that protects you from unnecessary conflicts, and self-control is the key to solving even the toughest challenges. Carry these lessons with you always." The story of Raghav teaches us that silence is a powerful tool. It gives us the strength to pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. In life, there will always be situations that test our patience and self-control. But by embracing the wisdom of silence, we can overcome challenges, build stronger relationships, and find inner peace. Remember, silence is not weakness, it is the strength to rise above chaos and maintain harmony. If this story inspired you, share it with someone who might benefit from its message. Let's spread the wisdom of silence and self-control to create a more peaceful world. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more life-changing stories. See you in the next video.